So this is kind of a conclusion to our making mead video. And essentially what I've done since I put it in the fermenter for a month is about a week ago I took it out of the fermenter. I used a siphon and transferred out of the fermenter bucket into this 1 gallon jug. I've put it in the fridge. Obviously I've sampled a little bit in the meantime. So I basically have racked it once. I'm going to rack it again right now into this container. I've already sterilized this with some one-step solution. I got a little spigot on here which will make this way more convenient to serve it, and make sure you have that closed off when you put it in here. I use the siphon to rack from the bucket, and I kind of regret that. I think I should always have a siphon drilled into the side of the bucket. So much easier than the siphon, less mess. So in this case, instead of doing the siphon, I'm just going to pour this directly in here, essentially because there's very little lees on the bottom. So I think it's pretty clear and pretty drinkable the way it is. There wasn't near as much on the bottom like there is with a 5 gallon batch of beer, where you have just a ton of trub on the bottom and it's very messy. When I took this out of the bucket, I was surprised how little there was on the bottom from the yeast falling out. And then of course I've refrigerated it for about 4 days, 5 days now, and any other yeast that was going on in there has obviously dropped out. And this will be a pretty clear mead from here on out. So I'm just going to transfer it over to here very quickly. And as you can see, there's a little bit of sludge on the bottom there. I'm getting a little bit of it in there, but not a ton. I don't know if you can see that with the camera. Get a little better light over here. So yeah, there's still quite a bit of lees, I guess it's called, L-E-E-S, on the bottom there. But you know, just like a beer or anything else, if you're careful when you pour it, that usually stays down there. And I didn't really transfer much over into the dispenser here. And the cool thing about the dispenser, I got this from More Beer. It came already drilled with the metal spigot, which I thought was nice as opposed to plastic. But it also has this little plastic thing that will go down in the middle, and you can flavor your mead, kind of almost like a dry hopping, I would say. And so I have some mint out in the garden. I'm not going to put it in right away. I'm going to drink this mead just the way it is, probably for a week or so. But then for the rest of it, I will put some spearmint leaves in there just to give it a little extra flavor. I found this mead to be very tasty. It wasn't nearly as sweet as I thought it might be, considering how much honey's in there. It has a slight sweetness to it. I can see why it's called honey wine as another nickname. But I think this mead is great as a base for doing lots of other things. You can flavor it with spearmint leaves, or if you wanted to put hops in here or anything just to give it a little different flavor. You could also use it as a base for making cocktails. So I think the possibilities are endless, but overall I just wanted to let everyone know I'm quite pleased with how this turned out. It was super simple, and I can't wait to start getting another batch. I'm going to go look for some honey probably tomorrow when the homebrew stores are open, and get another batch going and get it in the fermenter. So hope you all enjoyed this video. You don't have to like, you don't have to subscribe. I'm not doing this for money or clicks or anything, just to help out everyone out there that wants to make their own mead or their own beer. Have a great Christmas, and we'll see you next year.